Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is a serial killer here, and since we're a bit now on the easing up now in the quarantine session, but I wanted to say if for those out there who are seeing this, yeah, I'm gonna say I am a reader fan. Since for those out there who are not understanding what these are, they're like comics. Well, they're closely like comics, but graphic novels. See, and see, and see. Yeah, and what they are, they're as you can see here, W.I.T.C.H. Well, it's their spelling because the Will, Irma, Journey, Cornelia, and Haley. All of them are on this five girls. Funny part is this is more like a alternate version way in their making like the animation called Sailor Moon, except this one is also there's also the cartoons. I think some few are still remembering. Yeah, well, the reason why I'm showing this because a bit from time to time there's the no internets, no cell phones compared if in a temporarily cease order of the electrical connections. Well, this was back then the needed entertainment. As you can see in year, what's it here? July to August 2002. That's right, 2002. By the way, this copy of mine here is a reprinted because back then on those first start it wasn't yet available in my area, so I was only able to get the reprinted issues of 1 and 2 up to a number 5. That's all. Because I mean, it depends on any area you are. You got the comics or magazine stores. Well, these didn't they didn't came out in the designated month and day. I mean, there are some areas that are available, some of them not. So I got with these. The only thing I got here were the much more their second what's this called? Oh yeah, second season. I mean, here's the name title. There is a seal, which means this is the I think the 16th. This 16th chapter happens to be the new. Let's see, hold on. I think it was a new different character and their new enemy. Yeah, this one closely. I think that's it because there is the start of the story. I mean, sarcophagi and the wolf and everything. And then what's this? Here, I am alive. There, as you can see, that's the starting of the new enemy chapter. But this one happens to be indicating their beginning. I mean, starting off who they are, what they from. I mean, the beginning of this story happens to be funny though. I mean, it starts on Halloween, as you can see. I mean, every panel, nice design, coloring, sketches. I mean, this was entertainment back then when you don't have the cell phone much. I mean, do you think we remember the cell phones were the thick one, the Nokia rectangles? Well, those were back then that much, and you don't get internet on it, and you don't get yet much. But for me, okay, I have to be a little bit crazy back then. But the reason why I was crazy because of their reading and storylines. I mean, each one has a decent, as you can see, the way they were drawn, the way how it's been story made, slowly and surely. Yeah, I mean, each one's that. Plus, back then I think I've been a little bit heavy duty, uh, collecty because I kind of got a chance to get my hands on a few, but incompleted. As you can see, this one's the second season boss, the Narissa was Reading and the Narissa Seal. This their small little sticker collector, but I was incomplete due to the fact that there were some issues that were not available. I repeat, they were not available in some areas. But I only got few of them, not included in reading materials like these. They came out. They're special special reading books. I mean, for those that, being back then without the internets or having those the cell phones, having the EPUBs now or PDF files that you can read on your cell phone. This was all the naturally we have to do with back then. I repeat, back then. I mean, it's 2020 this year, and this ones are from the year, the early 2000s. Oh, these where they are. As I mentioned, two of them. I mean, they were released recently. I mean, How to Survive in School, How to Keep Secrets. It was a funny storyline, at least you see in that. I mean, chapter 11, they become the event point of Walker. I mean, as you can see, and not to mention, it's a global emergency. I mean, just what it is. Yeah, it's like the ideas and sides of seeing, during their school days, it might seem a bit relatable a bit to others. I mean, it's funny though, even for a guy like me. But come on, these are the available reading materials back then. Okay, you don't get those heavy duty comics that you see right now, but these are, and the most heavy ones that I think I must have spent. I mean, let's just say here, the pricings there are. Here's the 75. There's the pricing tag. Yeah, you can see how very very large number they are. I mean, Nurses Tales, the second season chapter. I mean, 1 to 15 here. I think when the others mentioned was actually the first season one. This one here is the second season. The supposed to be 36, I think, was supposed to be their third season. And then to the 50 plus and up happens to supposed to be their final and fourth season. I don't know how many seasons they got out there because in my area here in proximity, these were the only available numbers, and you can see, holy moly, like splurge and binge read. But it was approximately the only available back then during the childhood eras. I mean, honestly, but this one's somehow semi-priced because this one what they made was the special. Because if you can see, this is not your normal comic. I mean, the normal comic was supposed to be like this one, a straight storylines like so. This one happens to be the what if stories. I mean, this one part takes the story of their member who happens to be in love with a, how can I say this, but in this main, the like a Romeo and Juliet story, except this one they don't die like in that story, but this one is that they have to be, to be separated. I mean, think about a different interdimensional relationship. I don't think that might work because two different worlds. Oh, that's funny. So that's also what else we got here. I think we showed the books. Oh yeah, forgot this one. As you can see, I have crazily enough purchased their, this one is only one of those few special things. But as you can see, they're like tarot cards. Those two have fun games with it. Oh, this one of them, as you can see, each one. Tarot cards. I mean, there's the, let's see, what was this? Cargelo, Toro, I mean, Taurus, Camaro, I mean, of course, sorry, they look like a bit Spanish. I never want, but every time I keep doing this, at least I appreciate it and like this because they're arts, as you can see. They have their art styles, their designs, the way it's been made. Like this one, Gamios, it's actually Gamio, a gato, a cat, a castle, the central, the balance. I mean, each one of them has from the characters of the comics, but this one's, yeah, they're actually so decently drawn. I mean, it was back then in the 2000s. I mean, right now it's 2020. I think I repeated myself, but at least I'm trying to remind our viewers out there who are now watching this or actually now trying to reminisce these. I'm trying to show it's because back then, and also indicating that from time to time you don't have those electricity and internet connections. Well, these were the go-to, I repeat, these were back then the go-to entertainment I mean, true, there were some people saying they're toys and everything, but from time to time, if you don't have feeling like you want to read something, these were the go-to binge readings. I mean, you're sick and tired of the televisions, or if you don't get televisions, these were the go-tos. Yeah, I didn't see. From time to time, I reread them and enjoy them because they show some funny, a bit crazy, and quirky scenarios. I mean, true, it's a bit of a US style, but come on, who would like to at least read an alternate version of somehow those people saying animes? Well, this is it. And well, since I actually kind of showed each one, even indicating some of them are inside them, even indicate small little inserts. I mean, come on, it's a comic magazine. Not to mention showing like this one going long ago, those summer classes with the oval team. This one's the comics. Nope, that's it. And since for the meantime, I don't got much of contents on my brain, but this is Serial Killer here. If you like my work and few bit reviews, please subscribe and drop a comment and also a like. Because from time to time people always forget that back then we have these. I repeat, we had these reading materials, graphic novels, comics, magazine. Animations, for some of us who can't actually, you have the cell phones or another thing. I mean, these were actually the ones that kind of kind of made me enjoy those, our comic book makers. And don't forget, sometimes from the comic books they came out to the cartoons. I mean, we did get the cartoons of this one time out, and I think it was only a bit of 2 seasons, was it? I mean, because it was so long ago, I can't remember how many seasons were. I mean, I remembered only the first one was actually they added with this one, the one where they had to introduce each character plus the enemy on one episode. So that's what I somehow remember them, and we were nice. By the way, this is Serial Killer, and thank you all. Signing off.